And we are
It's gotta warm up.
recording.
Me.
All right.
Ma. Right, okay, you ready?
Was that Lady Gaga?
No. But it could have been.
Cool.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Three Nerds Caseers Rebel Recall Show, where we break down every episode of Star Wars Rebels. This episode, we were breaking down The Lost Commanders, Episode 2 in Season 2, and basically, we're just going to tell you all what we think about it and where we think the season's going. Here with me, as always, from now and forever, is Callum.
What's up, guys?
So, Callum, basically, give me your overall view on this episode of the show.
I thought it was a fantastic start to the main season. Obviously, we had Siege of Lothal, which was absolutely mind-blowing, but
Definitely.
it was followed up pretty well. Followed up pretty well by this one.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see, I was hoping this was going to be a double episode, but
yeah,
I think
but we've
kind of
already got
Siege
one
of
of them.
Lothal set a standard, to be fair.
It did.
So, but this was kind of your basic episode. We're starting to see the threads be sewn for the season, and since this is a 22 episode season instead of a 13, we're gonna get a lot more going on.
A lot more from it.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. So basically, the show starts off. They're on the command ship, and they're all gathered around. And after the Siege of Lothal, they lost their command ship, and they're looking for a base to regroup and basically bring the rebels back together and start again. So Ahsoka suggests that she knows someone, a great general, that they can all go in.
Commander, I believe she says. Does she not?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure she says general, did she?
Either way.
I can't remember. I did watch it 20 minutes ago, but you never know. So basically, she sends Kanan, Ezra, Hera, Sabine, and Seb off to the Silo system in search of this great commander, as it were. And yeah, she uses the head of a whole scout droid. Is it?
It is indeed.
Scout droid, which she gives them, but she doesn't go with them because she says there are questions that need answering, which is obviously
the Padawan lives.
I love that bit. That was so good. So this is all going to be obviously leading up to her confrontation with Vader.
Absolutely. That's going to be explosive.
Yeah. Do you think she's coming out of it?
I really want her to, but well, maybe we're in early days in Rebels.
Yeah,
and I think she's got some life left. I think to explore.
My issue with it is I kind of feel like everyone in this show needs to die for the main reason. Well, Kanan, Ezra, and Ahsoka need to die, I think, or at least be left in a place where they are just like Yoda on Dagobah. They're just alone in the middle of nowhere. Because
it's a huge galaxy, though.
I know, yeah, but it comes down to A New Hope and Luke being the last Jedi.
And I suppose they are at the start of the rebellion, so they need to either disappear or, as you say, get killed.
Yeah,
which
I feel like Ahsoka has to die. If she could even go the Obi-Wan way and kind of sacrifice herself.
Yeah.
But what I hope they don't do is use her as maybe an early, like Luke does to Vader, where he basically helps turn him good again.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her.
You don't want her to plant that seed.
Yeah, I don't want her. I don't think that fits. It has to be Luke because Luke's his son. Spoilers.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the time this rolls around, Vader's very still in his kind of mean streak. This is prime Vader at this point.
Yeah,
so
Vader's
anything like that would just diminish the character, I think.
That's it. I mean, and I did a great job of using him in Siege of Lothal. That was a brilliant.
Oh yeah, he was so intimidating, and it was just
from the second he showed up on screen, it was brilliant. The whole fight between him, Ken, and Ezra was just he was just throwing them around.
Yeah.
And then when you actually got to see his piloting skills at the end, when he takes them on all by himself in a TIE fighter, he's fantastic. They really did him justice, I think.
Yeah, and when he's rising from the broken down walker that's on fire, and he's raising it up, and they're all like, "Oh shit!"
And then when Sabine takes 2 shots at him, and he just blocks them both and blasts her in the shoulder and the face,
and she gets knocked down.
Yeah,
man, Lothar really, really hit the right points and set up the season really well.
This is that kid. I think I've watched that episode now about 3 times.
Yeah,
because I love it so much, everything about it. But back to this episode. So they go to the Silo system, and Hera and what's the bloody droid called?
Chopper.
That's it. Blank on me for a second. Basically, Chopper screwed up the hyperdrive, and Hera and
classic
Chopper have to stay back. Yeah, classic Chopper, pain in the ass. Have to stay back and fix it. So Zeb, Sabine, Ezra, and Kanan go down to the planet, and they use the droid's head, and that starts scanning, and that suddenly picks up the number 7567. And
well remembered. That must be on your notes.
I took notes, man. Don't worry about it. I took all the notes of this. So then there's this beautiful shot, I thought, as they approach the old Republic droid, the Republic walker. That kind of long pan shot. As you see it all decorated out, looking fancy and stuff. So they land behind it, and it stops. They land, and they all get out and stand there. And then these 3 old geezers come out. But you can tell that Kanan's aware that who they probably are. And then when Rex mentions that 7567 is his birth number, Kanan goes slightly
cat's
defensive.
out the bag.
Yeah, cat's out the bag.
Yeah.
Kanan's in all defense mode. Wolf takes a couple of shots. He blocks them both. But Rex gets him to stand down, and they basically explain why they're there. They're looking for coordinates of they're looking for his help to find planets that the Empire won't find them to set up another base, since he won't help them join the fight. But I got a feeling after what's coming in the next episode, I kind of think he might be. I think he might join them, to be fair.
Yeah, just Rex.
I think all 3 of them are going to join, to be fair.
All 3?
Yeah. They're all crazy, and I can't see them, going off on their own.
Yeah.
So then we get a shot over at the Empire, who have received a signal from somewhere, from a crazy.
Well, let's not go too far here. I want to just talk about. I just want to talk about the clones for a little bit.
All right, go on. You go. I'll let you roll it.
So something that kind of sticks out immediately about these. I mean, I didn't watch much of the Clone Wars, but
no, I didn't watch it either.
What I did see, all these clones, they're all clean shaven. They're all clear purpose, and they're warriors, and they're very focused. And now that the war's over, and all of that's out of the way, they're here, just these 3 guys, and they're in this hunk of junk mobile that's kind of waddling through the sand, and they've all gone a little bit mental, and I just think that's awesome. They're all like hillbillies.
Yeah, you can tell that Wolf, the one with the the scar on his eye, the bad eye, you can tell he's still reeling a bit, like he's got a bit of PTSD.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant how they've shaped these characters.
Yeah, and even though they're all clones, you can see they all look different. They've all got that kind of same face shape. And Greg has just, I think, gone completely mental anyway. Rex is the only one that seems marginally sane out of the 3 of them.
Yeah,
but I've only seen a few.
He's
episodes
still holding on to
Wars.
it though. You can see he still longs for those days.
Yeah. Well, he said when they went into the cabin and they were discussing, he said that the Emperor retired the clone army because they didn't, they weren't needed anymore.
Yeah.
So, so then we're going to move on. We good?
Yep. I just wanted to get that out there.
Then we move over to
the character design.
The Empire and the Star Destroyer. And the commander, whose name's escaping me at the minute, he is informed. What is his damn name?
God, I can't remember.
I'm not going to dwell on it. he receives, one of his officers comes up and tells him that they received notice from a crazy old clone, and he basically says that all leads should be dealt with, so they send a probe droid. And then we cut from there to Kanan sat alone in the Ghost. Is it the Ghost? No, it's not the Ghost. It's the little one attached to the Ghost. He's sat in there just messing with his lightsaber, and Ezra comes in, and he's like, why don't you trust him? What's the matter? And
Kanan's a bit as Kanan says, Ezra wasn't even born at the time.
No, he wasn't even born. And then, I've not read Kanan the comic.
No, me either.
I've heard it's all right. I've heard it's not one of the greater ones, but I've heard it gives you the story about him and his master and where they were in Order 66, and I can understand where he's coming from. Why I wouldn't trust him, given.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Given what's happened,
they pretty much destroyed his entire race, if you can call the Jedi a race.
Well, his master who's killed, and he tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And then they bring up the information. See, I wasn't aware of this, but we talked about this earlier. The chips in their head.
Yeah, I don't know if that was ever explained.
I see. This is it.
It's kind of implied.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Maybe it's just them trying to give a reason why, these clones who had worked alongside Jedi for so long would just uncharacteristically just turn on them for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It does seem a bit weird. But I'm all right with it. And then Rex, explains that him, Wolf, and Gregor have all had theirs removed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can still tell though, as much as Ezra's looking up to him at the minute, but Kanan's not. He's not really buying it, to be fair. But I get that.
Yeah,
it's understandable.
Something like that. It's going to take a lot more than we had chips, but we didn't have them anymore. It's going to take a lot more than a little line like that to remove all of that. Everything I assume he's seen.
Yeah, if Rex does kind of end up going with them at the end of the next episode, I think it'll take a few more episodes before Kanan bothers to.
Yeah, any kind of real alliance is formed.
Yeah. But then we see the Imperial probe droid lands on the planet. Classic, reminds me of the one from Hoth. And then we get to the kind of, the meat. It's kind of a creature episode, this, really, if you look at it.
Yeah.
They're just, they've got Zeb on a line, and they're using him as bait to draw out this Juper.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a fun little bit where he's just very basically gets eaten by it. And I thought it was kind of good. Yeah. It was like basically a giant electric fishing rod.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Have to just keep sending shocks down it. And then
this is something that slightly confused me, though.
What?
This line was attached to Zeb.
Yeah.
And they're sending these giant
shocks. Right, yeah. Was it attached
down this line?
Attached to his back thing, to his pack?
Even still.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's just one of those things, isn't it? Maybe he's just
affect him.
Maybe he's all right with it.
So maybe there's some countermeasure that wasn't explained. But
yeah,
I was thinking, is this not absolutely destroying Zeb?
Yeah, but let's not worry about that.
Let's not dwell on that.
Yeah. Let's not dwell on the minor details. Then basically they managed to get one big shock and it comes out, and it's just basically a giant worm. There wasn't really much of a fight. Really, Rex just plows a bullet into its mouth and it goes down.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a struggle with Ezra on top of Kanan's shoulders, and Sabine had to fix the regulator or whatever it was.
Yeah, I feel like this was just basically to get a bit of action in this episode, because there was nothing really else.
Yeah, there wasn't that much of a reason really for them to hunt this creature. It was just that they wanted some food.
Gregor was hungry.
Yeah.
And then you see them hauling it on the side of their Imperial Walker,
which was absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
and it's an Old Republic Walker.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love the art direction in this show. I mean, when the episode first starts, and I thought I'd missed something, because I forget that this show just kind of gets straight into it, and it starts with the ships just flying through space and the Ghost attached, and Yeah, when they come out of hyperspace into the Helo system, there's just the sound of it and the way the show's shot. It's so Star Wars. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it passionately. And after that,
they're doing a great job.
Sabine discovers that someone's been sending a message to the Empire, and Wolf fesses up, has a little bit of a change of heart quite rapidly. They're not our enemy, sorry, blah blah blah. And then Sabine finds the probe droid in their little shuttle, tampering with it, and don't know what he's doing. I wasn't quite aware that probe droids were so
menacing.
Well, not menacing. I just didn't know they could do so much. I thought it was literally just a probe. I didn't know it had harms that it used and stuff.
I expected if they caught it, they would be able to take it out, no problem.
Yeah.
But this one really went on a bit of a rampage.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you'll basically get to see a bit of Rex's sharpshooting.
Yeah,
and
still got it.
Yeah, he still got it. And then the episode ends with they can't go anywhere because their shuttle is damaged, and the Empire is basically on the way, and it's to be continued.
Yeah, nice cliffhanger there.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be a double episode, but
yeah,
So,
but we can't ask for too much. We did get Siege of Lothal, so
yeah, such a good episode.
But yeah, with Rex taking that shot, it seemed to have formed, although somewhat uneasy, a little bit of an alliance between them and Kanan.
Let's see, Kanan. To me, Kanan at the end, he was on the floor, wasn't he, trying to follow after the Imperial probe. He just looked back at him and then he just walked towards the probe droid. To me, he's a bit. I think he's just like, nah, not having it. You don't trust him yet. I think it's going to take at least another couple of episodes before he even tries to start trusting him.
It's a start, though. It's a start.
It is a start. But I'm glad the show's back.
Yeah.
It's good to have it on. And where do you think we're going? Well, have you seen the trailer, obviously?
Yeah.
So where do you think we're going to be going over the next couple? Well, the next episode, what do you think is going to happen?
So, next episode...
I have seen bits of this in a trailer, so I'm pretty sure I'm aware of one scene or two.
I'm trying to remember the trailer. I think that Ahsoka meeting.
You think we're going to see that?
Episode.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, it needs to show her in some kind of way, some continuation from.
See, I don't think we're going to get her and
Vader just yet.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get her and Vader till episode 20 at least.
I mean, we're going to get some kind of Imperial clash. As far as
we've still got the two Inquisitors coming, the fifth brother and the seventh sister.
I think this clash might destroy the old Republic Walker, and that'll be what brings the clones along with them.
Yeah, have you seen? Do you know what happens in the next episode? Do you remember the scene?
I don't.
No, basically they send a couple of AT-ATs.
Oh God.
Yeah, and that thing, and I think there's a scene with an AT-AT versus this Republic Walker. So I'm quite looking forward to that. A bit of action, and I'm hoping we see a bit. I don't want to see a lot of him. I don't want to see him all the time because it kind of spoils it. But I'm hoping we see Vader at least 2 or 3 more times this season before we get to the end.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the inclusion of the Inquisitors too.
Absolutely. Sarah Michelle Gellar, seventh sister.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to, from the trailer, the fight between the two Inquisitors and Ahsoka.
Yeah. I assume we'll get that before any big Vader clash.
Oh yeah, I assume it might even come down to her damaging the Inquisitors so much that it brings Vader in.
Yeah.
Or she uses them to find Vader.
Yeah, that could be it.
It's
quite open to it, really.
Yeah, well, I've heard this season's meant to be a lot darker than the previous season.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. The next episode, obviously.
I think it's done a great job of setting things in motion. There's a lot of things to look forward to. Obviously, the expansion of the Rebels.
I don't want to kind of demean the show, but for a kids' cartoon, this is brilliant.
Yeah,
this is a fantastic show. Because I remember it took me a few episodes to really get into it in season 1, but towards the later end, it was fantastic. And like I say, Siege of Lothal. This is one of the best episodes of anything I've ever seen ever.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But I think in the early episodes they were playing around with a lot of kind of kiddie type situations. The way they were getting out of things was very comedic.
Yeah, it was very pandering to that, and I'm glad they're quite willing to take risks. For example, in Siege of Lothal, when they they killed that governor, wasn't it? The woman they blew up in the Lambada class shuttle.
God, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that episode.
Yeah, I need to watch it again, man.
Yeah.
And they've tried to frame the rebels for it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that was... Oh, Minister Tua. That was it. Minister Tua.
Minister Tua.
The woman that wanted to flee because she had to have a meeting with Tarkin.
Oh, yeah.
And they blew her up.
Remember that now. Yeah. Yeah, because she was watched the whole time, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was, yeah. But, anyway. We will return next week with a review of the next episode. And thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. If you want to get us elsewhere, we're on Twitter at the Nerdsketeers, Gmail at the 3nerdsketeers@gmail.com, and we're also probably going to start streaming on Twitch soon once we figure all that kind of stuff out.
Yeah, early days on that, I think.
Early days, yeah, still very early days. But where can they find you, Callum?
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Callum Hurrell, which is CALLUMHURRELL.
Brilliant. But until next week, may the Force be with you, and we'll see you later.
See you later.